Hello everyone, welcome to Math Mechanics. In this video, we're going to discuss how to solve some of the exponential expressions. Watch till the end because there are some difficult problems at the very end. Without further ado, let's get started in this video. Simplify the expression e to the power of 3 times e to the power of 5. Now if you see, the bases are equal for both e cube and e to the power of 5. The base is e. So when the bases are the same, we add the exponent, right? So we go e to the power of 3 plus 5. So e to the power of 8 will be your answer for this question. E to the power of negative 4 times e to the power of 6. Now this is also very similar, right? The basis for e to the power of negative 4 and e to the power of 6 is the same, which is e. So we go e to the power of negative 4 plus 6. Negative 4 plus 6 is simply e square. So e square is the answer for this question. Next question. 11 e to the power of 9 divided by 22 e to the power of 10. Now 11 and 22, they have a common factor, right? So 11 times 2 is 22. So you go 11. Cancel 11 and 22 and write 2 in the denominator. And e to the power of 9 and e to the power of 10. There are 9 e's, e times e times e. There are 9 e's in the numerator and there are 10 e's in the denominator. So if I'm able to cancel all the 9 e's in the numerator and denominator, I will be left with just 1 e in the denominator. So how can we simplify this? So it is going to be 1 by 2 e to the power of 10 minus 9. Those are the number of e's that will be left over. So it is 1 by 2, 10 minus 9 is 1. So it is going to be simply 1 by 2e. That is the answer for this question. Next question. 27 e to the power of 7 divided by 3 e to the power of 4. Right? Now between 27 and 3, what is the common factor? 3 times 9 is 27. So we go 3 times 9 is 27 and e to the power of 7 divided by e to the power of 4. So that means you have 7 e's in the numerator and 4 e's in the denominator. So you can do 7 minus 4. And 4 is coming to the numerator, you see, but the sign for 4 is changed from plus 4 to negative 4. So that is 9 times e to the power of 7 minus 4 is 3. So the answer is 9 e cube. Yeah. 5 e to the power of 7x whole to the power of 4. Now here you have to be really careful. Like common mistake that I see by most students is, they say, 7x times 4. They do that well. They say 28x. Okay, fine. But they forget to distribute that 4 to 5. Let's see what I mean. So they would go 5 times e to the power of 7x times 4 is 28x, right? 7 times 4 is 28x. But they forget to write 4 here, right? So if you just write this one, 5 times e to the power of 28x, this is only partially correct. This is not entirely correct. So you have to also distribute 4 on top of the 5. So it is 5 to the power of 4 times e to the power of 28x. So let's correct and write it. So 5 to the power of 4 times e to the power of 28x. And we all know 5 to the power of 4 is 625 times e to the power of 28x. So now this is the answer for this question. So most students just forget to write 5 to the power of 4. They just go 5. So don't make that mistake now. Yeah. 4e to the power of negative 2x whole cube. It is also similar to earlier problem. distribute that 3, the cube part, to both 4 and e to the power of negative 2x. So we go 4 cube times e to the power of negative 2x times 3. So when you remove the parenthesis, right, you are basically distributing that exponent to both 4 and negative 2x. So 4 cube is 64 and e to the power of negative 2x times 3 is negative 6x. So the answer for this question is 64 times e to the power of negative 6x. Yes. Square root of 9 e to the power of 6x. Now we all know what is square root of 9. Square root of 9 is 3. And e to the power of 6x square root, right? So there is a square root of 9 and there is a square root of e to the power of 6x. Square root of 9 is very simple, which is 3, and e to the power of 6x square root is, so whenever you don't know the square root, you just divide the exponent with 2. That's another form of writing square root. 6x divided by 2. So that becomes 3 times e to the power of 3x. So whenever you have, right, square root, you are basically on the exponent level, you're dividing with 1 over 2. And if it is cubed root, you go 1 by 3. And if it's fourth root, you go 1 by 4. So you understand, right? So if it is nth root, it will become 1 over n. Very important concept, right? So the answer for this question is 3 times e to the power of 3x. Square root of 9 is 3 and e to the power of 6x divided by 2 is e to the power of 3x. Okay. Cubed root of 8 times e to the power of 12x. Again, work the number separate and exponent separate. Cubed root of 8 is, we all know it is 2, right? 2 times 2 times 2. And cubed root of e to the power of 12x, right? Cubed root of 8 is 2. And we will apply the concept that we learned earlier. If it's cubed root, we divide with 1 by 3. So we go 12x divided by 3, right? So now 12x divided by 3 is 2 times e to the power of 4x, right? So that is the answer for this question. 2 times e to the power of 4x. Next question. E to the power of x times e to the power of negative 6x times e to the power of 8, right? Now it is similar to our first problem where the base is the same. So we just add the exponents. So e to the power of x plus minus 6x plus 8, right? So x plus of minus 6x is x minus 6x plus 8. So we all know x minus 6x. X minus 6x is minus 5x. So it is e to the power of minus 5x plus 8. That is the answer for this problem. E to the power of minus 5x plus 8. Final problem for this video. 10th problem. E to the power of x times e to the power of 4 times e to the power of x plus 3. So again, the bases are the same. So we add exponents. E to the power of x plus 4 plus x plus 3. So x plus x is 2x and 4 plus 3 is 7. So we go e to the power of 2x plus 4 plus 3 is 7. And that is the answer for this question. I hope you really liked this video. If you do, give it a like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. See you in the next one.